Hi, I'm Mike Simpson from The Clipper. We're going to do a tofu recipe for this video. I've got a 14-ounce package of tofu that I've been pressing for about an hour. And I've got some really beautiful sliced mushrooms. I've got bok choy. I've got the leaves sliced about 1/2 inch. And then I've got the stalk sliced about 1/4 inch. And then also it's been sliced lengthwise beforehand. Garlic chili sauce, my favorite thing. A little maple syrup, soy sauce. I've got 2 parts of ginger to 1 part of garlic. I've got some scallions, and I've got a little bit of the green part of scallion for garnish. A cup of chicken stock, some rice wine vinegar, vegetable oil, and a teeny bit of cornstarch. And what's this? I don't know. All right, so let's get started. I pressed the tofu between a couple plates. I had about maybe a 1.5 pound pan of water on top. Let that go for about 45 minutes, and then I drained the water off the plate that this was sitting on, and then I wrapped it in paper towels, and then I pressed it again, and then I just wrung out the paper towels, and then I just kind of dried off the tofu one more time. I'm going to cut it lengthwise in half, and then I'm going to cut it into slices about maybe 3/8 of an inch thick. And then we're going to cook this in really hot oil, so it's going to get a nice crispy look on the outside. Sliced tofu here. I've got the pan on. It's on pretty high heat. Vegetable oil. That's plenty. This is going to be, got to be really careful. Whenever you put the tofu in, have it fall away from you so that it splashes, it doesn't splash towards you, because the oil's getting pretty hot. I think I might have enough room for all the tofu in there. Okay, cranked up all the way. I might go for a little hotter burner. Let's see. A little bit on these. Okay, we want this tofu to get some nice color. So we're just going to let that cook. It'll probably take maybe 2 or 3 minutes on each side. So I'll keep you posted. It's been about 5 minutes. This burner is really serious, so if you were doing this at home and the burner wasn't crazy, I would only do half the tofu at a time. So that's what we're looking for, a really nice brown color. Not just golden brown, but maybe even a little dark around the edges. That is exactly what we're looking for. Because, as they say, color is flavor. I'll tell you what, it's a little hot on the fingers. So we 2 to 3 minutes on the other side. It's got a nice color. They're really it's not your typical look of tofu, that's for sure. I've got about 6 ounces of sliced mushrooms here. I have a little vegetable oil in the pan. I'm going to add a little bit of sesame oil to it. I usually it's about equal amounts quite often. Let's see how it looks. Okay, we've got those mushrooms started. Oh, I hear a little noise there. It's a good thing. So, and I'm going to start the sauce now. So I've got a little sauce pot here. I'm going to do 1 cup of chicken stock. I've got about 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. And I've got 3.5 tablespoons of maple syrup and 2.5 tablespoons of rice vinegar. Okay, we're going to put that on the stove and let that cook for a couple of minutes. mushrooms are going to have to cook about probably a total of about 3 minutes, and then we'll start putting in some of the bok choy. The mushrooms have cooked for about 5 minutes. They got some nice color. And while you were watching soap operas or whatever you do, I chopped up the garlic and ginger. So the bok choy stems are going in now, and the scallions, white part of the scallions, going in now. We're going to cook that for about a minute. I can't see that going without a little soy sauce. There we go. I feel so much better now. We'll cook that for about a minute. Then we'll put in the garlic and ginger. And then we'll add the green part of the bok choy. Bok choy stems cooked for about a minute and a half. Add the garlic and ginger. Give that another. Oh yeah, it's starting to smell pretty good. And we'll put the green part of the bok choy in there. Probably about 2 more minutes. The last thing, about 3/4 of a teaspoon of garlic chili, and then I just turned the burner off. I'm just going to stir it around a little bit with the garlic chili. Nice look. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we'll call that part done. I have a half teaspoon of cornstarch in an equal amount of water, approximately. I'm going to stir that into the sauce, which has been boiling. It's hardly enough to make much difference, but we are going to reduce the sauce with the tofu to give it a little bit of flavor. So add the sauce to the tofu and crank up the flamethrower burner, and we're going to let that reduce for about, I would say, 5 or 6 minutes. Stop back when you're in town. For the sauce, I ended up not reducing it very much and using a good solid tablespoon of cornstarch, and cooked the tofu with it for a few minutes. And I got some nice scallions here for garnish. I'm going to have a little bit of Mike Hazelwood's unfiltered IPA, which, oh, it's good. Let's see how this ended up. It's very, it's really meaty, the tofu this way. Yeah, it's really nice. Check it out. Thank you for watching. This and other recipes will be on our website, clipperin.com. But remember, patience is a virtue.